Hello folks, welcome to another video here in the Microsoft Sim, and welcome, well, soon we'll be welcome aboard this aircraft. This is of course the Honda Jet, the Ma1 Honda Jet, one of the best business jets in the Sim, one of the only business jets in the Sim. I don't know that it's my favourite, one of them, let's put it that way. I don't want to offend any other aircraft in my hangar. Though I don't know how you actually offend an aircraft. It doesn't have a personality, does it? Emotion? Well, does an aircraft have a personality? You could argue that. Does it have emotion? That's probably a harder argument. Anyway, folks, where the hell am I going with this? Look, this flight's all about what it says on the rego, on the tail. It's YOLO. That's what we do. That's what all the cool kids say. Do they still say that? It was all the rage a few years ago. When people do stupid things, you say, why'd you do that, dickhead? And they say, YOLO. You say, good on you, champ. Folks, you may recognise, if you have a bit of a squiz in the background, this bit of dirt or this bit of rock up here, up there as well. Just the general vibe of the joint. You might know where we are. I'm soon going to point it out. That bridge might give it away as well. Yes, folks, we're in Rio De Janeiro, Brazil, specifically Santos Dumont Airport. Payware scenery here from Paulo Ricardo. I have featured it in another video or two. Love visiting. This is absolutely fantastic bit of payware for this part of the world. If you do fly in Brazil or would like to do some more flying, virtual flying in Brazil, do yourself a favour, folks, and support Mr. Ricardo and add this one to your scenery library. Anyway, folks, let me show you exactly where we're going. You know where we are, because I just spent about 13 minutes explaining that. But let me show you where we're going and what we're doing today. Alright, little nav map is our friend, as always. We're in Brazil, funnily enough. Rio, funnily enough, that's us, the yellow bit. Plenty of other AI aircraft around, quite a busy airspace here. So we begin our journey in Santos Dumont. We're basically tracking the coast up towards our destination, a place called Fernando de Noronha. Apologies to my Brazilian viewers, all two of you. Actually, no, I have about 4%. About 4% of my viewer population hail from Brazil. So a shout out to all of my Brazilian friends. Hope you're all well. Yeah, so basically tracking the coast, doing essentially a simulating flying a rich prick and his family up to the beautiful island of Fernando de Noronha. It is absolutely stunning. I could only dream of visiting in real life. I have spent some time in Brazil, but never this far north. So it's a beautiful island, a few hundred miles off of Natal. Yes, very, very expensive to stay there. High quality accommodation for the select few. You might even say the elite. I love when people talk about the elite of the world. I still don't know what that actually means. So why did I use it in a flight simulation video? I have no idea, folks. I just make shit up. That's our flight plan, folks. It's quite a long one. So it's about 3.5 hours according to Little Nav Map. That's kind of at what's the word I'm looking for? At the... Sorry, folks. I laugh just to cover up the extreme awkwardness that I experience when I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's at the sort of top end of the range for this aircraft, right? So apparently this aircraft has about 1,200, can do about 1,200 miles, something like that, with reserves. Am I right? I kind of have that number in my head. We're going to land with about 200, less than 300 litres of fuel. So, yeah, reserves be damned, folks. This flight could end badly. We could end up somewhat short of the island. I've previously tried to do a long-haul flight of this kind of length in this aircraft in a completely different part of the world. Did a video on it. It ended really badly, and I never published it. This one's going to get published whether it ends badly or not. That's my guarantee to you, folks. Apology as well as a guarantee. Anyway, Rio to the island. We're flying the HJet, flight level 350. Let's go flying. Alright, so startup and all of that stuff has been achieved. For some reason, little nav map wanted us on 02 right. I've made a captain's call. We're going to be taking off on the reciprocal. 20 left. 20 left for the purists. Yeah, don't know what. Hello, look at that. That was exciting, wasn't it? Even more exciting if I get the shot right. There we go. We've got what looks like an A330 without a gear, levitating off the runway. Will he stop? A330, that's a large aircraft to get into old Santos Dumont. Anyway, this is 20 left here, folks. The wind is, yeah, sort of a 150 at 10 or something like that. That's what the display is saying. Yeah, the PFD. Beautiful bit of kit this, hey, the avionics. Complex. Look at this PFD. A bit complex when you've been flying a Savage Cub. But anyway, there we go. Look at that runway texturing. That's beautiful. Big hill in front. We need an early left-hand turn. That's what needs to happen here. Heading is aligned, I should say, and set. So takeoff flap is set. We've got trim in the green, I believe. Have we got trim in the green? Where's that trim? Just trying to make sure that trim's right. There we go, 3.94 even. Everything else is good, I think. We've got an early left turn out towards Lockheed. What else do we need to worry about? Lighting. I think lighting's automatic, isn't it? Landing light should be on. Landing lights on. Taxi's off. Landing, the lights are automatic, but I find it doesn't always... Let me put it this way. It doesn't always meet my expectations, so I like to do stuff manually just to give myself something to do as well. What do we got here? System controls. No, I've already been there, haven't I? Status, we're all good. I think we're pretty much right to go. Nothing much to do. Should we set the, press this button down here. Get the bar moving up. Bar it up, as they say. Let's go, folks. We're looking at a rotator 115. We're quite heavy. Fully loaded with juice. Fully loaded. A content creator used to do fully loaded videos. Caution, what are we doing? Speed brake extended. Bullshit it is. Holy crap. Who was that guy who used to do fully loaded videos? Anyway, it'll come to me, folks. A little bit of right boot, mate. We've got some left breeze here. We're in a bit of trouble. We're starting to move off the strip. Rotate's coming up, which is about there. We made an absolute meal of that rollout. That takeoff run, that was very ordinary indeed. Gear can come up. Make an early turn here at about 300 feet. So we're about here, left-hand turn. Don't know why we got the caution. Transponder mode. Oh no! We forgot the transponder. Very, very sloppy flying indeed. We'll let it towards low cod. Get away from the risk of seafit. Move back into the MCT detent. Pitch down a little bit. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Basically head towards low cod. We might get yaw damper, flight directors on. Might get autopilot sorted, and go into a bit of a flight level change at 220 knots. What do you reckon? Something like that. We might take up the nav. We're good. We're getting a little bit of pitch oscillation here. There we go. Rio, folks. Copacabana, of course. Beautiful part of the world, isn't it? Beautiful aeroplane. There we go. We'll take plenty of external shots on this video, folks, I think. 3.5 hours worth of flying. Hey, we're rocking and rolling there a bit. Yes. Although we're probably not going to have that much to see once we sort of get off the coast here, and the further north we go, the less eye candy we have until we get to the island. But anyway, safely away, I think, are we? Yeah. Next waypoint is Utgax. Utgax. Folks, going to be a long video, or a long flight at least. I'll try to make it not so long of a video. Why is your damper off? Probably because it comes on automatically and I didn't need to touch it. Transponder. Really should have been, what are we doing here? What's happening here? This one. Altitude reporting. There we go. Oh, just an absolute comedy of errors, as per usual. Got a hard left-hand turn coming up here at Utgax. Yeah, Georgie's going to make it a not-so-hard turn. Oh, nicely anticipated, George. Done well, mate. Yeah, longish flight for me. We'll try and make it not too long a video for you. We'll see you en route somewhere, folks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is El Capitan speaking. We are about an hour into the flight. So that gives us about 2.5 hours to go, so quite a long way. We're kind of just to the southwest of Porto Seguro, which is here on the coast. And yes, I absolutely destroyed that pronunciation. Not for the first time in this video, and I suspect it won't be the last. Yeah, look, it's going pretty well. I can't complain. Well, I could, but I'm speaking to myself, so what's the point? Everything's going pretty well. Jumping on into the flight deck for you. Yeah, we're cruising along. We've got a nice tailwind, 70 knots up the date. That helps. That helps. We are currently showing an endurance of 2 hours and 50 minutes at this time, and an en route time of 2 hours and 5. So we're gonna almost land with a reserve. Can you believe it? At least on current indications. Yeah, everything's going really well. Nice ground speed, 464 over the ground, thanks to that tailwind. Mach 0.7 dialed in on the old poor man's bloody auto throttle. And yeah, look, really nice place to be. Flight level 350 here over Brazil. I must say this, and I probably can't do it because I won't be able to zoom out enough. This is the challenge. This is quite a confined space. This I can't do the shot that I want to do for you folks, unless I can find. This might be the way to do it. Here we go. Have I got a different view? Pilot, instrument, quick view. Have I got a different one? What's fusibles? I've got to try that. Fusibles. What's that? Fusibles, apparently. Okay, that's a nice wing view anyway. There we go. Cabin shot. That's not the shot I'm looking for, but it's a nice shot nonetheless. You can scroll around. It's alright, isn't it? Nah, now we're stuck. Oh boy, cinematography, folks. Needs some work, doesn't it? There's a shot I want to take, essentially the co-pilot shot, which I may not be able to do. PFD, switches, fusibles, pedestal, quick view. Do I have something down here? Oh, hello. Quick view 6, 7, 8. I'll just try 6. Where does that take me? Takes me there, outside. Takes me there. Takes me there, takes me there. Alright, he really wants to focus in on the dunny here. The basin, fusible 2, fusible 1. Anyway, folks, this is riveting stuff, isn't it? What I was trying to demonstrate, and maybe if I just stay here, trying to demonstrate was the feeling of coziness. It's a really confined space. You almost need one of those bloody confined space entry permits to enter this cockpit. It's a cozy fit, isn't it? And you kind of have you look down on onto the displays. It's a little confining. I keep coming back to that word. Not a complaint, just an observation. And of course, you got this dirty big bit of frame here, which kind of blocks the view. That's not a bad size window out there. Not much to see at present, admittedly, but yeah, just a cozy place in the front of a light jet. I guess it's to be expected to some extent. Anyway, folks, I'll before I cut myself off, I remembered, and I'll just share it with you because why not? I remembered, I'll take you outside, who the person was who used to do fully loaded videos. You probably remembered as I mentioned it. I'm old. It takes me a little while to get there, folks. The person's name was Frugal. Well, that's his YouTube thing. YouTube thing. Oh, all the technical terms, folks. Aren't you impressed? Mr. Frugal, which I don't think he makes videos anymore. Am I correct? I seem to recall watching a sort of a farewell video of his. I think he went through some stuff. Mr. Frugal did. I can't remember the specifics, but anyway, I hope wherever you are, Mr. Frugal, that you're safe and well and going all right. Massive contribution to the whole content creation game, flight simulation content creation game over many years, wasn't it? Wasn't he? Yeah, he was kind of like the superstar. And now we have every man and his dog with a bloody YouTube channel, including yours truly. Although I'm different because I have more than one dog. Anyway, folks, I'll see you later on in the flight. From the flight deck once again, folks. Welcome back. It's been a long journey. A video of, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes when this is cut for you has been about 3 hours and 20 minutes for me. We'll end up that way anyway. We're about sort of 40 minutes from touchdown at this time, folks. That's the coast of Brazil. The city of Recife is down here. The island of Fernando de Noronha, 12 o'clock. Yeah, round about half an hour or so away. So we're going to be beginning our descent in the sort of not too distant future. I may have been a little bit premature with my calculation there. We are 50 minutes away. I thought we were a little closer than that. Top of descent. Long way away yet. We're still 350 miles from touchdown. My apologies. I really should check these things before I open my gob. So, 50 minutes from touchdown, folks. We're going to land with around about half an hour's fuel in reserve, which I find extraordinary. The tailwind has reduced considerably. We're now, our ground speed, we've lost about 40 knots from where we peaked sort of midway through. We were doing, we've got over 470 there. We're now down to 427, still handy. Things have gone so well in terms of the way this aeroplane has made the journey. Georgie in command, of course, Georgie being the autopilot, and yeah, what a great add-on this is. Nice livery too, I like it. Pretty random selection for the old fella today, but I thought I'd go the black and red and the camo up front. Trying to hide, although I tell you, if I owned one of these, Birds, I'll let you have your say in a minute, please. If I owned one of these, I wouldn't hide it. I'd be flaunting it, I'd be flying everywhere. Into as many airports as I could, just because I could, to show it off. Hey, look what I own, look at me. I'm one of the elite. There's Recife down there, folks. Hey? Yeah, beautiful. I'll see you for the approach. Well, I think we've got one plugged in. I think. Yeah, an RNAV to 1-2. The wind is out of the southeast, so that would kind of suit. We've got some VNAV-y stuff plugged in. Got some VNAV altitude of 3,000 plugged in. So I'm going to see how well this captures it, whether it commences a descent at top of descent. Do I need to do anything? I can't remember. This is the problem with flying too many different types of aeroplanes. A problem, well, it's a Simmer's curse, isn't it? There's just too many things to experience in a flight simulator. There's just too many releases, and it's not even about releases for me anymore, because I'm actually not picking up a lot of stuff in recent times. It's just I've got enough in the hangar with the mods, and there's some good freeware and stock aircraft with the mods. I really enjoy it. They don't get a lot of views when I make those videos, like with the diamonds or the TBM or something. People are like, yeah, whatever, seen it before, show us something more recent. I'm afraid to disappoint you, folks. but I fly what I enjoy, what I feel like. It's all completely sort of in the moment. What are we going to do today? What do I feel like doing? This morning I woke up, I thought, you know what, I haven't flown the HJet for a few weeks, and I haven't been in Brazil for a little bit, and I feel like pretending that I'm a flash corporate pilot hired by some rich Brazilian bastard to fly him and his family to a beautiful destination. So that's exactly what this is. No planning, very limited preparation. It's simming in the moment. Mindful simming, folks. There you go, there's a new term for you. Folks, I'll see you for the approach to runway 12 at the island. Alright, on descent, folks, down through about 5,000. That is the famed island. Fernando de Noronha. Runway 12 is the plan. And as is tradition on this channel, I've taken a shortcut and improvised. We'll see you for the final stages. Okay, final runway 12, 5 miles to run. We've got ourselves slowed down to 200 knots. We've given Georgie the rest of the day off. You see the terrain popping in a little bit. This is a custom freeware version of the airport. Take first stage of flap and get the boots out nice and early. Yeah, there'll be a link to it in the description. There'll also be a link to the payware scenery for Santos Dumont. Our point of departure, almost 3.5 hours ago. You saw that scenery popping in. And a link to the aircraft as well while we're at it. It's been an enjoyable flight, if a little long. I like to kind of keep my flying caper between the 1 and 2 hour mark, but I wanted to do a bit of a long hauler. A long haul is relative, I suppose. 3.5 hours. People would be saying, oh, that's barely time to call for coffee. But well, for the old fella and in this little business jet, it's kind of pushing it. You know, we are definitely high at this point. High on profile. Can we rescue it? I think we can. Beautiful location. Slowing down, VREF looks to be about 100. V approach about 5 knots more than that. Feels like we're crawling in. We're getting a wind shift. Wind shear even there. Quite a strong breeze here. Southeasterly. Thanks, Betty. We'll just keep a little bit of speed up our sleeve here. Why? What's wrong? Pretty happy. A little bit sheery, but I think you're a little bit overcautious there, Georgie. I got this in hand, mate, I think. No final approach checks, landing checks, and all whatever they bloody call it. Jeez, we're getting a bit of copping a bit of breeze here. Yeah, gears down, flaps are down. Thanks, Betty. There you go. We've got that about extra 5 knots up our sleeve. Jeez, that's a decent crosswind.
100.
Thanks, Betty. Runway 12, Fernando de Noronha, folks.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Try and get this thing on.
5.
Oh, not good. Not good. This thing will slow up. We got a little bit out of sorts there during the flare. And centerline pride. Yeah, it wasn't a particularly proud day. Folks, thanks for your company as we chuck a Yui and get the flaps up and all this sort of stuff. Head around the corner back towards the terminal here at the island. Drop off the rich bastard and his family. There we go. Yeah, appreciate your company and your support. All of the comments and the kind words and subscriptions and likes and all that sort of stuff. It is very much appreciated by this old fella. I hope wherever you are, you're safe and well, you're enjoying your simming. We'll see you in another video. Ciao for now.